And we are back. Today's topic is Donald Trump. This is the Get Your Ass to Work podcast, episode number 48. And this isn't going to be the episode you guys probably thought it was, where I go on this Trump rampage on how good or how bad I think it is. Let's talk about you guys. And the shit that I see on social media is sad. It's fucking disgusting. And it makes me laugh. Like, don't get me wrong. I laugh my ass off on social media, and I definitely am spending way too much time reading all the bullshit and all the garbage, and it's fucking entertaining. Now, it's a complete waste of time. I don't recommend anybody do what I'm doing, but all of you are doing it. But let's talk about this shit. And it is the complaining, the whining, the crying, the bitching, pissing, fussing, moaning on how bad America is and how much suffering they are going through because Donald Trump is president. And now that he's been impeached, there's like all this happiness and like the world's going to be restored to butterflies and rainbows and everybody's going to be fucking happy again. And this is total bullshit. It's fucking disgusting that there's anybody out there that can be living here in the USA. I'm not going to say anybody, but I'm going to say a general population of people that think that living in one of the best economies of all time, with all the privilege and all the access to clean water, an abundance of food, shelter, protection, that any fucking one of you are complaining that this is suffering. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you consider this suffering? You consider for the average person in the USA that because you're a fucking Democrat and you have to put up with some of the bullshit Trump tweets, that you're suffering? This is what you consider suffering? I mean, fucking really? It's embarrassing. Stop doing this shit. It's embarrassing that you go online and complain and cry and say how the world is fucking falling apart, and in 10 years, fucking Greta, whoever she is going to be right, and the world's going to melt down, and basically the U.S. is going to go into World War III with North Korea. Everyone's going to fucking die because Donald Trump is president. Let's be real. I did very well with Obama in office. I did well the whole fucking 8 years. I had plenty of fucking water, plenty of food. I had employment. Oh, let me guess. I'm special. Like, I'm some fucking privileged person. And then Donald Trump came into office. And then what happened? I don't know. I still had water. I still had food. We're not involved in World War III. There aren't all these race riots like everyone fucking predicted. He didn't crash the economy like everyone said he was gonna do. I mean, my life isn't that much fucking different. Yeah, there are some things that have changed since he's been president, and mostly attitude of people. There's a bigger separation of people who are more outspoken about their support for America. There's like a little bit more hillbilly and hick in some of these people's attitudes of like, hey, this is America. Stomp my flag, I'll stomp your ass. And there's definitely a lot more people who are way more fucking left-wing and way more like socialism and fucking everything should be free for everyone, and the rich are fucking pieces of shit and they need to pay all the money that they make, and nobody should be a billionaire because they're not spreading their wealth to enough people, and I don't know who should say how much money people should be allowed to make, but nobody should be able to have that much money. It's just not fair. And so you've got a bigger separation of people and this class warfare going on. But there's not really a class warfare being held by anybody except in your own fucking mind. And so all this suffering that people are talking about and all this class warfare and a lot of the racism that people are crying about is all in your own fucking mind. A lot of it is. I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm not saying there's no fucking problems. I'm not saying there's not some fucked up racism on both sides, by the way. I mean, don't even start with that shit like it's only one-sided. But I'm saying a lot of this shit is going on in people's minds online. And it's online mostly. Because in the real world, when you're out and about during your day, this isn't the conversation that you're really having in line at Starbucks with the average person or Home Depot. And like, people talk about it, but like, reality is once people get offline, it's more like it's Monday Night Football. Why are my kids fucking screaming? And when is my pizza going to be delivered? I mean, that's really what people are still worried about. And then they go online and become keyboard warriors. But look, guys, I'm just saying, I don't know what the fuck your standards are, but if you're not grateful right now, if you are not fucking grateful for how easy we have it in America, if you're not grateful for how much opportunity we have in America, if you're not grateful for how good the last 8 years have been, really since the bottom of the crash, 2012, when really was like the real last big push of people losing their homes and not being able to get financing and a shortage. It wasn't a shortage of jobs, but I think it was definitely harder then. If you're not grateful for what we have right now and you're saying that this is suffering, what in the fuck do you think is going to happen when this economy really turns? Because I don't give a fuck who's in office. I don't give a shit who's in office. The biggest changes of my life in the last 12 years have come not from who the fuck is in office, but what I've decided to change about my life and about myself. So for the people who continue to go online and confess to the world that their life is fucking miserable because of who's in office. I don't care which side you're on. I see both sides do it and it's fucking lame. I don't care what side you're on. I see conservative puke. I see liberal puke. It doesn't matter who it comes from. For those of you who continue to go online and think that your life is either going to be changed for the better or worse because of who's in office, you're fucking yourself. Because the only person who's in charge of your life that can make the biggest difference in your life, given our current circumstances and how they've really been for a long fucking time, and I mean decades, the only person who can make that change is you. There ain't no fucking president. There ain't no congressperson, no Nancy Pelosi. Nobody is going to make a bigger change and have more impact on your life than what you are capable of doing today. You do not have to wait for the 2020 vote to make a change. You can make that fucking change right now. So what are you going to do? You're going to go back online and spend hours and hours and hours reading stupid shit or responding to garbage political posts? Or are you going to fucking decide that you've had enough of your own bullshit, which is much more likely the problem in your life. Much more likely the problem is your own bullshit holding you back. And make the change to be a better person tomorrow and to start moving in the direction that you want to go. Because you are capable and there is nobody holding you back. There is nothing, no one holding you back except for yourself. So, guys, make the change, make the investment. It's worth it, and get your ass back to work.